Yo, what's good, everybody? It's me, Don Weep here, back with another episode for What If Naruto Had Ultra Instinct. If you guys want to see another part for this, make sure to continue supporting the channel, hit the like button, comment down below what you thought of this video, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know how your day's going and everything. If you're doing good, then yeah, it's great. And anyway, let's just get right into the video. Ago they had left. Now they've finally returned. We see them walking with Naruto, Sasuke, and Jiraiya rushing back to the Leaf Village, with Jiraiya calmly walking and Sasuke chasing behind Naruto's tail as he's running up into the Leaf Village. We're finally here, Naruto would think, as he jumps onto the side of the building, climbing to the top of it. He looks upward as he stretches, looking around and seeing what had changed in the village since he'd left. Wow, they've sure built a lot more since the last time I'd been here. Sasuke would pat him on the shoulder, telling him that of course it would look like that to him, with Sasuke pointing out all the new buildings one by one, with Naruto standing there dumbfounded. The two of them would then slide back down to the bottom below, where we see Sakura in shock as she thinks, Sasuke? Sasuke would see Sakura, as well as Naruto, who'd jump down, greeting her. Sasuke would follow close behind, as Jiraiya would now finally make it. Actually, we were heading to Lady Tsunade's office now, as we need to speak with her about some things. Jiraiya was referring to Naruto's abilities and what he had found out and tested over the 3-year gap. As Jiraiya, Naruto, and Sasuke would then head to the Hokage's office, Jiraiya would knock on the door before opening it. Tsunade would turn around, seeing Jiraiya, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura enter the room. "Oh, you're all back. Finally," she would say. She would ask Jiraiya how it went, with Jiraiya smiling, saying that it went very well indeed. Tsunade would want to test that their training had gone well, and she would call Kakashi in, as Naruto and Sasuke both say hello to their previous master, Kakashi. Kakashi would greet the two of them, as he then lets them know that he'll actually be their test instructor for today. As Kakashi would then let them know that they'll be heading out to a deeper forest this time than the one they had attended a few years back. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would scamper out of the room as they rush around, jumping down the stairs as they get to the bottom of the Hokage's tower. "What do you think we're going to do?" Naruto would ask Sasuke, with Sasuke punching him in the shoulder, telling him that they're probably going to be doing some sort of test like they had done when they were Genin. As they get to the actual forest itself, Kakashi would then tell them that they'll be doing the bell test again, their second time. "We'll see if you can actually take the bells from me this time," Kakashi would think, as Naruto, Sasuke would both nod, looking more serious. Sakura would also try her best to be serious. As the three are then getting into a stance to get ready. Your mark," Tsunade would say. 3, 2, 1. Suddenly, she would blow a whistle, as Kakashi also gets serious suddenly, with Naruto and Sasuke both blitzing towards him at fast speeds. Sasuke would pull on the black handle of his Kusanagi sword as he slashes at Kakashi. Kakashi would pull a kunai out and block this, while Naruto would then move in from behind Sasuke's shadow. Massive Rasengan. Naruto would create a shadow clone behind him as he then smashes a humongous Rasengan into the tree where Kakashi was. Kakashi would have leaped upwards, grabbing his legs, wrapping around a tree, and pulling himself into the air, locking blades of Sasuke still. Sasuke, as well as Kakashi, would now be entering a sort of blade battle, as the two are slashing at each other as fast as possible, with Sasuke's speed increasing every swing. Naruto would now be charging an attack as he tells Sasuke to be ready. Naruto had remembered his attack before from when he had battled against all of the Sound and Ninja, as well as Orochimaru and Kabuto back in the Valley of the End. He called this technique now the Rasengan Wall, as he creates this trap by creating multiple Rasengans, connecting them with webs of chakra, and creating it around his target. "Sasuke, get out of there now." This is when Naruto would say, as Sasuke would then use the substitution jutsu to get out of the range of the attack. Naruto then hold both hands together as he creates the final hand seal. As he makes the final tiger hand seal, all the Rasengans would then crash into Kakashi, or Kakashi's shadow clone, as he had heard Naruto say to get out of the way. A fairly large explosion can be heard as Naruto's Rasengans come crashing together into one humongous explosion. Kakashi would say it's impressive with the trapping technique, and telling Naruto it's a unique way of utilizing the Rasengan. Naruto would smile, saying that's not the only trick he's learned. as Naruto would then tell Kakashi to get ready for this. As Naruto then closes his eyes, Naruto would then enter the one-tailed, nine-tailed state. Now, you guys might be wondering what's going on here, but Naruto himself is not much stronger than he was in the original, and he actually has a handle over just a small percentage of the Nine-Tails power, and he can actually turn on and turn off the one-tailed state at will. So he basically pulls a little bit of Kurama's chakra and adds it to his own. The one-tailed state surrounds Naruto as a cloak of red Kyuubi chakra surrounds him. When I'm in this mode, I can actually increase my speed, agility, attack, as well as defense. He would look up at Kakashi as his eyes are now red, his teeth slightly sharpened. However, in this mode, he thinks back to Ultra Instinct with a small flashback. I can at least control myself. He would then rush towards Kakashi, jumping on all fours as he dashes at Kakashi with a slash, covering his nails with a thick layer of Kyuubi chakra. As he slashes, this chakra would extend, almost making his range longer, cutting Kakashi's jacket as Kakashi barely gets out of the way. This is when Sakura comes from behind, throwing a punch into the tree Kakashi's on, causing him to shake as he falls off of it. This is when Kakashi would then be jumped on by Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke all at once, each grabbing and locking him in at a certain part, with Sasuke taking Kakashi's right shoulder and arm, with Sakura taking the left, and Naruto pulling Kakashi's legs backward into a leg lock. When all three of the teammates have now successfully captured Kakashi in such a way, this is when Sasuke would use his right foot to pull the bells out of Kakashi's jacket as he kicks them away, with him and Naruto jumping as they lunge to grab them. You actually did it, Kakashi would say, as he says that team attack was really well coordinated and they did a really good job. Especially his impressive Naruto and his mastery of the Nine-Tails chakra. I wouldn't say, and its mastery, Naruto would say, as he hesitates looking around, him remembering just a tad of his battle when Sasuke and Jiraiya had to subdue him when he went into Three-Tails mode. Naruto would then tell Kakashi that he's just doing his best, and that if he can continue to grow like this in the future, then he'll even get better as he goes. Kakashi would nod, telling him that's a good mindset, as they've now completed the test, with Tsunade rather impressive Sasuke, as well as Naruto's intense growth. Not having even seen Sasuke use his more powerful Chidori, or his secret technique, the Kirin, the lightning dragon he can use if you didn't know. Naruto and now Team 7 would then report back to their duties as they get back home and would sleep for the night after finishing everything else they had to do that day. The next day and some other days would pass when a message would be sent to the Leaf Village that the Kazekage has been kidnapped by the Akatsuki. Naruto would immediately volunteer as he says that it's his job to help subdue the Akatsuki as they're going after him and his fellow Jinchuriki, so it's his responsibility. Tsunade would agree with this, saying it would look better if Naruto went anyway, as Naruto being a Jinchuriki would make sense to want to help a fellow Jinchuriki. So, Team 7 would have Naruto, Sasuke, as well as Sakura, with Kakashi along with them, heading out to go to the Sand Village. As they head out, they would then be rushing for the next few days, as they're all jumping from tree to tree until eventually they reach the desert. They'd have to take a break a day in, as they have to rest in a cave from the large sandstorm coming their way, but after that single day, they'd finally arrive. Sakura would be greeted with Kankuro being injured and her job as a medical ninja finally being useful for once. I know, crazy. As she has to actually do something instead of let Naruto or Sasuke handle it. With Sakura actually being useful and using medical ninjutsu, helping save Kankuro, Naruto and Sasuke would go off on their own, with Kakashi following close behind. As the two of them say that they can take care of the Akatsuki themselves. They've been training for this for 3 years. Especially Sasuke now, who wants to prove himself that he's not weak, even though Naruto had beaten him back then those 3 years ago. As Naruto and Sasuke have been running for a while now, they'd eventually rush into some of the traps that Sasori had made for them. Naruto's instincts, as I already had mentioned in a previous part, have increased to the point from his Ultra Instinct use that he can feel airwaves surrounding him, so he can sense these traps almost seconds before they happen. Using this technique that Naruto has access to, he and Sasuke would easily get out of the range of all of the Akatsuki, or should I say Sasori's traps. As Naruto and now Sasuke have made it to the cave with the Akatsuki, they would have Sasuke utilize his ability of the Sharingan. Sharingan, Sasuke would say, as he then activates the 3 Tomoe Sharingan, peering at the cave wall, seeing if he can see anything through the rock, as Sasuke appears in seeing several chakra signatures all surrounding what looks to be Gaara's chakra. We need to get in there now, he'd say, as he can tell that the one's tails has already almost been completely drained from Gaara. Naruto and Sasuke having rushed right away means that Gaara isn't completely drained yet, though almost all of the One Tail's chakra is gone, with Gaara almost on the brink. As Naruto jumps into the valley below, he tells Sasuke he'll take care of the boulder, as Naruto would then pull a fist back. He closes his eyes as he activates a little bit of the Kyuubi's chakra to give him more power and strength, as he focuses his energy all into his one arm, the energy of the Nine Tails now only covering his right arm. And a smack! He would punch at full force directly into the rock, as cracks begin to form across the entire thing before shattering into small bits. How was that, he would ask Sasuke. I'd say a 4. The one you had done back during our 3 years of training was way better. Naruto would stick his tongue out and pull his eye down, telling Sasuke he's just jealous, with Sasuke laughing and asking if he was really thinking that he was jealous of him. Sasuke and Naruto would turn around as the Akatsuki are standing there now, dumbfounded with Naruto and Sasuke there. The Nine Tails? This is what he would say, as we then see that Naruto and Sasuke have arrived. Gaara would now fully have the One Tails extracted, as Naruto sees this before his eyes. No! He would think, we were too late. Naruto's eyes would be shaking, as he's shocked seeing now that Gaara's been taken down. Sasuke, let's make this done quickly, he would say, as Naruto's tone changes. Sasuke knows he's serious now, as Naruto walks into the cave, telling them that they're going to die for what they've done. Deidara would quickly grab Gaara, as he tries to escape using his clay bird, while Sasuke would confront Sasuke alone. Naruto would chase after Deidara, telling Naruto to handle the other guy, with Sasuke nodding, activating his Sharingan, telling him that this will be quick, and he'll come after Naruto next. Naruto would nod, smiling he'll take care of this guy, before he turns around and his face is serious again. As Naruto speeds up, he begins rushing across the water, using the Naruto run, as his speed increases every step. Deidara of the Akatsuki. Me and Sasuke had to study all of you Akatsuki that we know for during the past 3 years. You're from the Stone Village, and your abilities explosions, he would say. I think I'm the perfect person to neutralize you, permanently, he would say, as he would then jump onto the side of the rock wall cliff. Deidara would ask him if he can even catch up to him, before suddenly he turns around seeing that Naruto's gone. We hear the light blitzing of energy, as we turn around with Deidara thinking that something is really warm. Instead, in front of him, he sees heat waves bouncing off of Naruto, with Naruto staring down with an intense look at Deidara. Deidara would open his mouth wide, but before he can even say anything, Naruto's fist, covered in the energy of Ultra Instinct, would punch Deidara in the chest, sending part of Deidara's organs flying backward into the river below. Naruto, who is now an Ultra Instinct, stares down at Deidara with his cold, white, silvery eyes. Naruto would then say this to Deidara. You took one of my friends. That was your first mistake. He would then kick Deidara down to the river as the clay bird falls to the ground, with Gaara still being taken by it. Naruto would rush over as he basically teleports to the bird, grabbing one of its legs and ripping it off of its body. Your second mistake was underestimating me, he would say as he walks over, with each step making the ground shake, as the chakra that is surrounding Naruto is even more pure white than when he was a kid. Naruto has gained some sort of mastery over Ultra Instinct, as he can actually speak fully even when he's in this enraged state. Didn't Itachi or Kisame even tell you what I did to them when they tried to capture me years ago? Naruto would say this as his teeth are now grinding together. Deidara would be now almost crying as he's trying to get away, with him saying to leave him alone, monster. As he's trying to crawl away, Deidara trying to throw explosions at Naruto. Naruto's body seems to flicker through each explosion as if though it's not even touching him. How dare you? How dare you kill one of my friends, he would say, as he looks at Gaara's body one more time. Oh, and your final mistake was confronting me alone, he would say as he holds up a hand, creating a beam blast, which is pure white energy, as he erases Deidara from existence, causing Deidara's entire body to be incinerated. Deidara would be gone, nothing, not even a body, as Naruto turns around, walking back towards Gaara. He deactivates Ultra Instinct as the river, which was bubbling previously under his feet, now returns back to its normal cold self, as the entire valley stops shaking. Sorry about that, Gaara, he would say, as he lifts Gaara carefully out of the wreckage from the clay bird. As he walks away, we see that now all of Deidara's clay has begun to melt as it becomes one with the river. Deidara is truly gone this time. We see go back to Sasuke and now Sasori's battle, as the two are fighting fairly evenly, with Sasuke's Sharingan being the perfect counter to see all of the area around him with all of Sasori's puppets. Naruto would finally arrive back, as he sees Sasuke just about to finish off Sasori. Sasori would tell them the information about his confidant that is working for him, that knows about Orochimaru as well as some of the other Akatsuki, before he's stabbed through his heart canister by Sasuke. Sasuke and Naruto then head back to the village with carrying Gaara, when we see Lady Chiho as well as Sakura and Kakashi having arrived finally. Lady Chiho would sacrifice herself for Gaara as she gives her life for his, re-giving Gaara his life as he opens his eyes seeing Naruto and Sasuke standing there. Naruto, Sasuke, he would think, as he sees the two of them. Naruto would nod saying that they're there, as he looks at Lady Chiho now fallen to the ground. Naruto would quickly hold his hand up as he creates a Rasengan, breaking apart the ground and then putting Lady Chiho into it, before covering it back up saying that she deserved a proper burial. As all the Sound Ninja would then erect a stone for her tombstone, which is rather conveniently near the Sand Village itself, as now all of the shinobi would from the sand have retrieved the Kazekage. Now, Sasori would have told Sasuke that information, and he would then tell this to the rest of Team 7, with them now planning for an expedition to go and find this confidant, this spy, near the Grass Village. Kakashi wouldn't have used his Mangekyo Sharingan, so that wouldn't have been revealed yet. This would mean that Kakashi will be able to go with on the next mission, though, so... as well as the confirmed death of Deidara due to Naruto's hands, putting Naruto in the bingo book for 2 confirmed kills of S-tier ninja, being what we know as now Deidara as well as Zabuza. Anyway, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, along with Kakashi, would head back to the Leaf Village as they'd successfully completed their mission. If you guys want to see the next part for What If Naruto had Ultra Instinct, then make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you thought, and subscribe to the channel for more. I've got some videos planned. I'm going to be doing some new stuff, not just What Ifs. I'm going to be recording that right after this video probably. I've got a new video that'll be Chakra Explained, so I'll be explaining the bases of Chakra and where we got it from and how it's in the Naruto series, and basically explaining like that kind of thing. So if you want to get a breakdown on the power system for Naruto and some other stuff, I'll be doing breakdowns on other anime too and other manga and such, then make sure to hit the notification bell if you want to see those whenever they come out. Anyway, make sure to have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.